fellow plebs. Today we're changing it up just a little bit. We're just going to have casual conversation. It might get heated, actually, because we tend to... We argue about the dumbest stuff, but stupidest things. We'll see where it goes. The new thing we're trying out, hopefully it works out well in our favor. Also, thank you very much for viewing our videos. I mean, we have over 100 views combined on both videos so far, and that means a lot. That's really cool. So thank you for that.
Gracias for the comments, too. Always love to read them, no matter what they say. Anyway, in case you guys have forgotten, I'm Jacob.
And I'm Jacob.
And we're Jacob Squared. Now, like he said, we're going to be talking pretty much just conversating for a little bit. So, I mean, feel free to listen in. Put your opinions below. Love to read them. Alright, today's subject, creatures of the supernatural. So then, fuck.
We're going to start off with the zombies, and we have mixed reviews on zombies.
Say what you want, I think zombies are dead. They're dying and or dead. There's no coming back from where they are right now, unless they take like a 10-year hiatus.
You mean the genre? Because I mean...
Yeah, they're undead, but I mean...
Because what you're... Yeah.
I meant the genre itself is dead.
I agree. It started off as... It hit big, like really big. It's
like
had
mid-2000s.
It's had its big moments, like throughout the
If I remember
decades.
correctly, was it not like mid-2000s where zombies really started hitting their stride?
Well, they did, but remember they've had their big moments in each decade. I think.
Yeah.
Since the beginning, which I'm not 100% sure when that is.
Like 1950s, 1960s, I think.
Well, the lore of zombies has been around for a while.
Oh, dude, lore of zombies goes all the way back to like fucking African voodoo priests.
Exactly, but I mean, when it became mainstream, like when it was
like
into movies,
Night of the Living Dead, or,
stuff like that. Yeah.
But
it's starting to get to the point where
ridiculous.
They're overusing it. They're zombie games, zombie movies, zombie TV shows. It's
zombie comic books,
zombie comics,
zombie songs. Elena Siegemann, she writes songs pretty much for Nazi zombies, and they're pretty much about zombies.
Well, it's just...
There's zombie books. There is literally like what was it? The Art of Being a Zombie or something. Zombie Survival. I don't know.
The ironic thing is about this whole situation is we're getting beat over the head with zombies.
Too much so, in my opinion. I mean, like, we're getting too much zombies. I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, the Dead Rising franchise helped kill zombies.
Okay,
it did.
The first game didn't do that.
No, the first game was good. I loved it. There was a whole survival element.
The first game was unique.
Yeah, and then the second and third game have just, from then forth. Have you not seen some of the weapons from the third game, man?
Okay, I think, okay.
Have you not seen the Lust Cannon?
Okay, alright.
The dildo machine gun?
But that game, I think, was, in a sense, supposed to be taken, like, which one of those did they
A satirical fashion?
Exactly, but no, I'm thinking of Saints Row. Which game did they start to not take it seriously? Was it 3 or 4?
It was
3.
Well,
okay.
I don't know. 3, it could be considered, they were taking on a mega corporation. I don't know. 4 was just...
So we'll say 4. We'll just say 4. They started going more of the satirical aspect of it.
The parody route. And, and then after 4, it was 3. 3 was the one where it started going downhill. At least story-wise, I feel like they drifted from their original focus. And then 4 was aliens. And then we have Get Out of Hell.
That's different time. We're
off topic. Anyway, back to zombies. Yeah.
But those games, look at games like the original Resident Evil.
Technically not zombies. By a large technicality, not zombies. Those were mutations, not zombies.
But it's classified under the zombie game genre.
And that's part of the reason zombies are dying. Zombies are just too broad a topic, apparently.
Yeah, they've made so many variations on it. Like,
I mean, look at Left 4 Dead. They showed us the running zombies, 28 days later-esque zombies, which are more infected than zombies. But that is an argument for another time. I don't even want to get into that one.
Okay, but the thing is that's the problem. That's part of the problem, is they're trying to make too many adaptations of different kinds of zombies. Or zombie-esque creatures.
Yeah.
I know they technically are. They classified as zombies.
In my opinion, Left 4 Dead zombies and 28 Days Later zombies are not zombies, they are infected. And Resident Evil is just mutations. Zombies, in the purest sense of the word, in my opinion, Dead Rising, yes, those are zombies. I still think the games helped kill the franchise, but they are zombies.
First one didn't.
Nazi zombies from Call of Duty, I have to give as zombies, even though by a technicality they are supernatural mutations. They are dead bodies still, so. Not Dead Island. Definitely not Dead Island. DayZ. Oh wait, no, those are also infected. Shit.
Yeah, but Dead Island did help. I think help kill the
Oh,
franchise.
easily.
And then fucking Dying Light coming out with a carbon copy of.
Oh, that just irritated. That's another argument for another time. Anyway, zombies originally. I mean, I'm talking originally from like lore, from what I can remember. You know, if I remember correctly, the origin of it was either Haiti or it was like South Africa. Men, voodoo priests were said to have the powers to bring the dead back to life and make them do their bidding. Mm-hmm. Which, it was eventually discovered how they did it. There was a specific, concoction or a mixture they could make of powder, and they'd blow it in people's faces, and it would poison them, and they'd die. Temporary body. Yeah. Shut down. And then they'd resuscitate. So, I don't know. That's where zombie originally comes from. And then, who did the adaptation for Night of the Dead? What was that? That was...
Look at George A. Romero.
Romero, yeah. He kind of brought it to the masses, in a way, with Night of the Living Dead, because before then we didn't have many good zombie movies. Or zombies weren't even a thing. I mean, old school horror was all about, big mutated monsters and, blobs and stuff.
Exactly. It just...
But that was from the era of, the atom bomb and nuclear...
But see, that's the thing that made... Don't get me wrong. The stuff they're coming out with now is scary. It is scary to a sense.
I don't know. I'm not terrified of zombies.
Exactly.
It's a personal opinion.
When you've been beaten over the head with something so many times, and you start to realize that, okay, well, damn.
How is this any different from the other thing I did, or the other thing I watched, or the other thing I read?
So it just becomes, because it's become just so repetitive and so boring to an extent, we are no longer, there's no more fear instilled in us. It's just, oh, okay, another zombie movie, woo. Oh, another zombie game, oh, okay, yay.
I mean, it's gotten to the point to where, most people believe, if a zombie outbreak happened, they'd be 100% good. And I mean, I'm one of the few who will openly admit, no, I'd die. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get the infection straight off the bat, because you don't know if you're gonna be immune to the zombie disease if it does happen. Nobody knows that. I mean, that's why in most zombie games, movies, and books, there are so many zombies in the first place, because a good 70-80% of the population is not immune to the zombie disease. And then, then there's the people who aren't immune, but the only way it can be transferred to them, not through the airborne method, is through the saliva method. And even then, you've got 70% of the world's population versus you and the other 30% of the world's population. And those aren't good odds.
Yeah, and that's my biggest problem is it's just not scary anymore.
It isn't.
And they have.
Ooh.
So that's why they add these, huge, deformed looking creatures,
hulking monstrosities that they call zombies, because they're trying to re-inspire the fear, but there's no fear.
And the only fear that they're getting is jump scare fear, and that's pure jump scare only.
And even then, I mean, okay, I'll give it to Resident Evil, even though their mutations, I guess, can qualify as zombies. I have to give it to Resident Evil because 9 times out of 10, excluding, what one was it, Operation Raccoon City?
I never,
That first-person shooter one?
I never played that one.
Yeah, you should be happy. Anyway, aside from that one, the others were all spot on. They scared the crap out of me. I mean, I remember that one, the one we played, what was it, was it 4 or 5? It was 5. That beginning scene with the executioner.
The executioner guy.
Oh, we got a story to tell. Okay, so me and Jacob were co-oping one night, right? This was like our sophomore year. We had just gotten the game. We were just playing it. We were actually borrowing it from our friend. Shout out JJ, what's up? Anyway, we had just borrowed it from him. We were playing it. And all of a sudden, my mom is like, hey, dinner's ready. So we pause. And we had just, the executioner was way at the end of the street. And we had paused the game.
He had been causing us torment for a little bit. He was chasing us.
We had been like shooting him off and on.
Yeah, we were trying to get away from him.
So we paused the game. We go eat. And by the way, like the entire time, we could easily look like that, and we could see the game console and everything. And nothing. Nobody touched it. Nothing changed. We finished eating dinner. I'm like, bro, you ready to co-op? And Jacob was like, well,
of course.
So we get back in, we sit back down, we unpause it. I swear to all that is holy, man, that the second we unpaused it, the executioner went from at the end of the block to directly in front of us. He just teleported.
What had happened was we had turned around. Then we turned back around. He was right there, on one knee. Swear he does this. He went. We both screamed like little girls.
And it was, unload every clip we've gotten to him. Actually, we managed to take him down, if I remember correctly. We did manage to kill him.
We did, but we had to run after that because we were out of ammo.
Okay, speaking of not scary, I have to touch on this now.
Okay.
Vampires. Draculas.
Well, honestly, out of the two, they're the ones that are still scary to me the most because we were there for a little while with all the
Twilight.
Okay, we're not even going to talk about Twilight.
We could talk about Twilight.
Twilight does not count. Twilight doesn't exist. There was a short time there for a while where vampires was a big thing.
Where vampires were becoming the next zombies.
They were. Yeah, they were. There was a time there, like early 2000s to mid 2000s, they were a big thing with the whole Van Helsing.
Great movie.
Underworld, Blade, all those things, and they were okay. They were okay. It did not kill the franchise. We were not beaten over the head with it.
We were giving it a little firmly, but even then. It was a little rough.
It was more...
We were biting the pillow.
Yeah.
Oh.
For lack of a better term, I guess.
Anyway, so, I don't know. In my opinion, anyway, vampires, to me, because I've read so many of the old books and the old myths and, Bram Stoker, what was it? They had another vampire book, actually, that came out that was really good. I can't remember the name of it, but it was spot on. In my opinion, vampires are supernatural creatures. They're not a disease. They're not, made by mankind. These are creatures that have made deals with the devil, and they have supernatural powers as the cause. The only downside being that they constantly have to feed on blood, and, they don't have a soul. So, I mean, tomato. But, I like my vampires being able to turn into swarms of bats, or, being able to use blood magic, or even the hypnotism thing, look into my eyes. Okay, I love that.
Like I was saying before, though, the thing is, my theory about that, as to why most vampires are not like that, is because with each new generation of vampire, maybe the powers don't grow weaker, Maybe they just have less of them, or
Well, I think,
either that, or they're not taught about their abilities.
I'm thinking it's the whole the blood grows thinner kind of thing. You know, like like how by technicality I am 11% Spaniard. I'm not 100%, but there's still Spaniard in me, so I mean, technically I could be considered Spaniard.
Okay, and exactly.
But the blood is so thin that it's like, it doesn't even show on me.
And you still have some traits.
Mm-hmm.
You have the traits, the stereotypical attributes of that.
Yeah.
But, and that's the thing, because it's been passed down so much, because there's been, you know, stuff that's interfered with that, it's lessened the word that I'm looking for is there.
The impact?
It has lessened the outcome.
Ah, okay.
It has lessened the outcome of what you're expecting.
Well, okay, we're gonna have to wrap it up. We're at I think it's our 16-minute. We can go for 20, but, you know, we don't want to... Oh, we're going to continue, I guess. Our awesome tech man is just giving me the go-to. We can continue. So, I mean, Eddie, say hi.
Hi.
There's our tech man behind the camera. So, we're going to continue on vampires, I guess, for a little bit longer.
It's just... But that's my theory about it. That's why you don't see all of them turning into bats. That's why you don't... Like, okay, but they all still do have that... The look into my eye, that stuff,
yeah.
They still have that to an extent.
It's just either too passive, so it does like the recessive gene, I guess you could say, you know, if we were talking biology. It's too underneath their genetic structure, or it's too thinned out from the blood. It's still there, but they can't access it.
Well, and you also got to think, too, vampires...
In my opinion, if we were going to talk pathological vampires, in my opinion, the good version of the pathological vampires... 30 Days of Night. Those are my favorite non-magical vampires, just because they are so... I watched it when I was like 14, 15. I caught on a little late, but still, when I watched it, even as jaded to the world as I was terrified by them. They were scary, you know. They went out they had a full month of nighttime, and they literally just burned this town to the ground and killed almost everybody. Mm-hmm. They were terrifying.
Well, and going back to what we were talking about just a little bit ago, you also got to think stuff adapts, right? Creatures adapt.
Yeah,
no matter what it is.
Over time.
So you got to figure current day vampires are going to adapt to the
times.
To the times.
You know, and a swarm of bats isn't exactly inconspicuous.
Exactly, and you know, say going up to some random person, look into my eye. That's
punched in the face.
That is a mace to the face, taser gun, instant.
Kick in the nuts. Oi!
No, nowadays it's gonna be, hey, you wanna go? I'm not good at this. I can't imitate that. But you gotta be a smooth motherfucker to imitate that.
You gotta be like, hey. Hey, come here. You know, you wanna go hang out at some point in time and just stare them in the eyes until it works.
Exactly. You gotta take a ride in my Ferrari. One of those things.
Of course, I want to take a ride in your Ferrari. What was it? The Van Helsing abridged, or no, it was Helsing abridged. Fucking Alucard. Oh man, White Chicks was amazing. White Chicks was amazing. And he believes it too.
Man. I could also get behind the way Jimmy Neutron did it. Just have your fat head on a little bat's body.
Or the look into my eyes, if you don't mind.
That's what polite vampires. Just look into my eyes. Please. Just right here. Just one. One eye.
I'll give you the squint. No, or then what about the vampire weaknesses? I mean, according to the old lore, vampire weaknesses are they can't cross running water, anything holy symbols, holy water. Hell, I'm sure if you could get something like a piece of glass blessed by a priest and then threw it at a vampire, it hurt. And you know, then garlic.
Those are the things that don't change. They still have to be invited in to come to your house.
Not all the time. Well, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I feel, did a great job of that.
Oh, they did. I like their interpretation of vampires. They see their version kind of
demonic vampires, but still.
No, but they still came into the realm of what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They changed with the times. They
started. Well, I mean, if you think about it, Buffy vampires really didn't have to change too much because of where they lived. You know, the Hellmouth, so that kind of affected things, I guess you could say. But
yeah, but look at how long Angel had been around. He had been around for what? He'd been around since
a
like
couple centuries, I think.
Yeah, and
couple hundred years.
He had to adapt and
since at least the 1700s.
Yeah, and it's just he adapted with the times, which I guess is what most vampires would do.
Mm-hmm.
But they what?
I'm itching my nose. What? Give me
look into my eye.
Oh God. Oh man.
Anyway, it's just you gotta just I don't know, chill out with all of this stuff.
All right, I gotta bring this up. We have time, I think. Do we have time? We got time. Now this topic.
God, here we go.
It's a little close to my heart, and I don't like people bad mouthing it just because.
Now you're just asking for hate.
I know, I'm asking for the hate comments.
You're asking for the trolls.
Oh, I know. But...
Trolls, that's something we could talk about. Like actual mythological trolls. No, we'll talk about that later.
Some other time. Next discussion. We'll cover other things. Woodland, supernatural creatures, but... Alright, we have to focus on werewolves. Oh, no. Okay, in my opinion, versions of werewolves done right. Underworld-ish. I prefer their version of werewolves. The Lycans were but werewolves, as in the ones bitten by William, and subsequently bitten so on and there forth. Yeah, those were werewolves in my opinion. Van Helsing was okay. The Wolfman, great movie. I loved it. I've yet to see a game do werewolves really good. Oh wait, Skyrim werewolves were okay. They were cool. I liked them. They didn't exactly follow the lore. Oh no, you did have a passive weakness to silver, I believe. So, but they didn't exactly follow the lore, and it was But I don't know. Those are my examples of werewolves done right.
Honestly,
being human werewolves.
I don't think Harry Potter did a horrible job either.
No, they did.
Lupin, right? I think.
Oh, and Fenrir Greyback. That was like 6th book, I think, 5th. Correct me, I think it was... He was mentioned in like the 5th book, right? Correct me, I don't know.
Tell us now!
Inform us! But, anyway, being human werewolves, another great example. In fact, if you look it up on YouTube, I think they have, in my opinion, the best dialogue or the best representation, like the speech of how a werewolf transformation is and how it feels.
They probably have the most realistic reaction, too, because wasn't he, like, terrified there for a while?
What do you mean? Oh, because he was a werewolf?
Yeah, he was terrified because he was terrified of himself.
Oh, yeah.
As a werewolf self, he was terrified about being around other people.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I remember an episode where he told them to lock him in a basement.
And if I remember correctly, he also tore out of that. Yes,
but
still. Do you remember? I don't know if you've seen the episode. Oh, never mind. Don't want to spoil anything for those who are just getting into being human and for some reason watching our show. Anyway, but yeah, werewolves.
Also, if you've been watching for this long, kudos.
Yeah, kudos. I mean, you must find our discussion very entertaining.
You've been a prize.
Eventually. Comment and say that you watched the entire video. Send us your address, your passwords, your usernames. No, don't do that.
Social security numbers.
Yeah, your credit card numbers too. You could always use donations.
Anyway,
werewolves. Oh, werewolves. And before anybody mentions it, before it's even said...
Oh, Jesus.
The wolves in Twilight were not werewolves. In the book, it says they were shapeshifters. So, walk out. Just get out. No, they're not werewolves.
What are you talking about? I said Twilight doesn't exist. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is.
You're right, exactly. does what were they? Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn.
What?
Exactly. They don't exist.
What the hell are you talking
They don't
about?
exist. Jedi mind trick them. Do it. They do not exist. Anyway, so we gotta get back on topic, man.
These are not the wolves you were looking for.
They're not the wolves you're looking for. So werewolves. We gotta start a discussion here. So you wanna?
Already have.
We've
We've been in the midst of a discussion.
I don't know. Okay, werewolf weaknesses. Silver. Wolf's Bane. Other than that, I can't really think of anything. I mean, that's really their only two weaknesses. Of course, according to the old legends, if you took even a silver spoon and smacked a werewolf with it, it could kill him. In the tiniest bit of silver, a silver ring, you could go toe to toe and just box out a werewolf. A silver key, you could just shank him. Yeah, and it would kill him. Wolf's Bane was basically poison to them. It boiled their blood from the inside. Yeah. Some messed up stuff, huh?
So the point of this entire conversation, in essence, wrapping all of this up into one jumbled ball of dysfunction.
What's going on and what are they talking about? Honestly, viewer, we don't even know what we're talking about.
We don't. But the point, I know it didn't seem like it, but the point we were trying to get across here is chill out.
Yeah, with all the zombie, vampire, werewolf media.
Like,
I mean, I get they're the big three supernatural creatures, but
it is a staple of ours already. We as mankind understand that these are the things right now.
Yeah.
And we get it. But cool off on everything. I mean, especially zombies.
Oh, yeah.
Zombies are just becoming way too overrated. I still like zombies stuff, zombie shows, zombie games. I still like them
to an extent.
But when you're shoving it down our throats like that, you're just gonna kill that franchise. You are literally gonna murder the opportunity to have a fantastic franchise, and it's like, And if you do it with werewolves, you're just gonna kill him.
Oh no! No, I couldn't stand to see my favorite creature out of all creatures just literally get destroyed. It would break me.
So, guys, that's what we're trying to get out of this.
Yeah, just, Hollywood, game companies, hell, even authors, songwriters, just chill off of the zombie vampire craze. Oh, vampires but zombies mostly.
Or if you're gonna do it
good.
Try something fresh. And just to give an example, they're zombie-esque, they're not actual zombies. I think The Last of Us.
Actually, scientifically speaking, that is the most likely form zombies will come in. If they did actually happen.
Well, the disease they based that off was...
it's a real thing.
It is, but it only happens to ants.
It happens to other species of insect too, but mostly it's known in ants. But, yeah.
Anyway...
That reminds me, before we run out of time, I have to say this. For those of you who've seen the I Am Legend movie but haven't read the I Am Legend book, the book's about vampires, the movie's about zombies. You've been informed.
Alright, guys.
Let's wrap it up.
If you, like we said a little bit ago, if you watch this whole thing, kudos to you for listening to us ramble. And just comment. Let us know what you think. We really, really want to know what you guys think about this.
And, if we get enough viewers, hey, post your opinion on what our next discussion video should be about.
Yeah, and if you we will conversate with you. We will write back.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to click that subscribe button either. It's free.
Or the like.
Or that like button. Alright, guys. Thank you for joining in on this episode of Jacob Squared. We very much appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever be afraid to be a pleb.
We out.